Hi everyone, welcome back to Mr. Gard's maths class. Today we're going to be looking at solving rate problems. So I introduced to you in the last lesson the difference between rate problems and ratios, but rate problems are now kind of implementing this stuff into real life situations. So in order to solve rate problems, we must first simplify the rate or the ratio. And then secondly, we must multiply both sides of our new ratio to find the answer. Now that will make more sense in a minute. But don't get too hungry looking at this image of donuts. They do look pretty nice. Let's have a look at the first question over in the green section. So if I can make 60 donuts every 15 minutes, how long will it take to make 800 donuts? Okay, so let's think about this first in the ratio that we have. Remembering it's important to talk about the units, even if this unit is donuts, to minutes. If we can make 60 donuts for every 15 minutes, we can either work out how many donuts per minute, or we could work out how long does it take to make one donut. Now that's kind of up to you, depending on really what you're trying to solve at the end of it. So in this scenario, I'm thinking let's work out how many donuts we can make per minute, because ultimately we're trying to find out how long it takes us to make 800. So in order to solve that, we need to divide both sides of the ratio by 15. Remember, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So on this side, we'll have 4 donuts every 1 minute. Okay. Now, if it takes us 1 minute to make 4 donuts, what we are trying to get to, if we think about what the question's trying to ask us, we're trying to work out how long it's going to take to make 800 donuts in however many minutes. So what do we need to multiply 4 by in order to make 800? Well, we can multiply that by 200. The other way you could work that out is go the other way. 800 divided by 4 is 200. Therefore, we need to multiply by 200. If we multiply that side by 200, we multiply this side by 200. Therefore, and that one's obviously an easy one, you're going to be able to make 800 donuts in 200 minutes. Now, it's really important that you need to read the question really carefully in case it says how many hours is that. If that was in hours, we would know that that would be 3 hours and 20 minutes. Just make sure that you are always reading the question carefully so that you don't cost yourselves any marks when it comes to testing. So 800 donuts will take you 3 hours and 20 minutes. All right, let's have a look at this next question. So, another rate problem. Jim practices driving for 40 minutes every day. How long before he is driven for 50 hours? In order to solve this problem, we need to first write out our initial ratio. So the current rate is 1 day is 40 minutes. So 40 minutes of driving per day. Now, what we need to work out before we can actually solve this question is, because we're trying to find out how long it will take him to drive for 50 hours, we need to convert those hours into minutes first of all. Now, 50 hours multiplied by 60 minutes is 3,000 minutes. So that's what we are trying to ultimately aim to get to. So I'm going to skip underneath here now. We need to get our new ratio. We want this to be 3000. And this is our current unknown. So how many days will equate to 3000 minutes? In order to solve that, we need to work out how many times, what we need to multiply 40 by to get 3000. Now I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head. So I'm going to do the problem over here. It's 3000 divided by 40. Once we've solved that, 3000 divided by 40 is equal to 75. So we need to multiply 40 minutes times 75 will equal 3000. Therefore, as we now know, we need to do that to both sides. 1 multiplied by 75 is obviously 75. And that is our new ratio of this rate problem. So it will take 75 days in order to drive for 50 hours. Hopefully that's made some sense. Go on with some of the problems and watch back through this video if you need to go back through some of these questions, and I'll see you for the next chapter on speed.